Hey, welcome to the first solo update of 2024. A lot like the last update back in December. It's just going to be a casual chat, solo podcast, if you will. And I'm just going to be chatting through my swim, my bike, my run, anything additional that's just kind of swirling around my head again and again that needs to be shared. So, the swim. I honestly thought I would have been better at this point with swimming. But hey, that's endurance sports for you. Things just take an absurd amount of time for you to adapt and just get to a reasonable standard. So the penny dropped when I joined my coach's swim squad the other night, and I got absolutely schooled on the 300 and 400 meter drills. Like, everyone passed me. I had done 300 meters and the other guys just finished their 400 meters. So we got work to do. The good thing is I love a challenge and I love the process of getting better, just noticing the little improvements along the way. So I can't wait till I join another session and I get a little bit less smoked each time until the day comes when I'm swimming with the fast swimmers. Something I've noticed on social media lately is, number one, there's a lot of swimming videos on my algorithm that just seem to be getting pumped out and put in front of my eyeballs again and again and again. But they're preaching technique, that it's like the silver bullet that will change everything for you. And I don't think they're wrong. I fully agree. Swimming is one of those sports that technique is a huge part of it. But you know what isn't as glamorous as technique, but probably just as important? Having a really strong aerobic endurance foundation so you can go the distance in the pool, which is just swimming lap after lap after lap, which is the boring work. When you swim lap after lap after lap, you don't even get the satisfaction of like getting a hard workout done and getting that dopamine hit from achieving something hard. It's just monotonous, boring work, which I'm okay with. I'm really enjoying it actually. So I'm making it sound much worse than it probably is. So whilst my technique is most definitely lacking, my endurance is lacking more, according to Pete, my coach. And I totally agree with him after that session. I just couldn't hang in there for the distance. Something to consider when swimming is the volume of swimming I'm doing and the quantity of sessions every week. So if we were going to swim an extra 2 swim sessions a week and up the volume a bunch just to save a minute in an Ironman event, is the cost of those extra sessions worth it? Or is that time, those couple hours, better spent running, biking, or even recovering, where I can get a greater payoff in the event? So like, I know I have evidence that if I do more bike sessions, I'm going to get better because I've come from cycling. I know what to do to get faster. It's just an interesting thought to consider, but we're not even close to that point yet. Right now, I'm still just building up that base, the endurance, and just working on my technique. So we're not at the point of diminishing returns yet. The bike, the Flamin' TT bike. I'm going to be honest, it hasn't been fun getting this thing together to the point where it's rideable. It's felt admin-y and management-y, if that's even a word, just getting these annoying things sorted, like sourcing a discontinued Di2 charger for the battery that thing takes, or getting a second-hand pair of power pedals so I don't have to buy a whole new crank set, getting the cleats for those power pedals, getting a charger for those, having to fit those cleats. So whilst in the past when I was younger, acquiring gear and just frothing over new gear was so fun, the process of getting this thing sorted has just taken time and attention away from training and recovering, and it just hasn't felt as fun. On the other hand, I jumped on it the other day, rode out to Kernel, and it felt so fast and so awesome that I'm just excited now that it's at the point where I can train with it. It just has felt like it's been a bit of a journey to get to this point. I did this thing called an INSCYD test on the bike. Hold on, what's an INSCYD test? Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not a performance test. It's a metabolic test that gives you a bunch of these values: your VO2 max, your VLA max, your anaerobic threshold, your fat max, your carb max, and available glycogen. And it gives you your zones and tells you when you're using carbs and when you're using fats, and the point where you're using all carbs and no fats, and how many carbs per hour you're using. I have no idea how it gets all these from just a trainer test. You do a couple maximal efforts on the trainer, but it's come out with some really interesting information. I'm yet to sit down with coach and just chat through about how a lot of this stuff is relevant to me and how we're going to apply it in training. I'll update you more next time on what I've learned from this, but I won't go into the nuts and bolts of it because it's way beyond my knowledge depth, and I'm just not qualified to chat through it. But if this sounds interesting to you, hey, chat to your coach about it. If you can get it for free, even better. I think it's a couple $100 usually. The running, I'm loving running, but I'm not getting to do that much of it because the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been nursing a shin splint that's getting better, and a little bit of like an overuse injury where I'm feeling a little bit of sharp niggles or pains or something on my right leg. So yeah, I just have to be patient so I can just adapt to the load. It's slowly getting better, and I'm glad that we're not doing nothing at all. But when I first got this shin splint and this, I don't know if you call it an injury, but let's just call it an injury for the sake of this conversation, I was nervous. I'm like, how long is this going to affect my training for? I'm going to have to stop altogether. And running is the only discipline I'm not training the event distance. Like in the pools at the moment, we're doing a couple 3K sessions a week, and it's no problem. On the bike, I'm riding 100Ks every Saturday. It's those distances are a no-brainer in the other disciplines. But running, I haven't done a 21K run yet. I'm not doing it consistently. I haven't even done it once. So I feel like I'm lacking a bit in the run volume, but I know I have to be patient with these overuse injuries till I can just, run the distance. And my body is up for that. It's obviously not durable enough yet. On the plus side though, I have been doing track sessions or just running at the track, 4 or 5, 6 minute run walks. And I'm getting a little bit of a false high at the track because the surface is quite quick. So even though I'm only running for 5 minutes at a time, the speed feels like it's there. And I don't know if the sessions are shorter, so I'm running a little bit quicker inadvertently, but it feels like I'm getting something out of them, even though, I'm not doing as much running. Another thought that just came to mind was that I want to run a full marathon in under 3 hours. I don't know why, it's something I want to do in my lifetime. But I know that it's something I'll think about after this Ironman event. Hold me to it. I want to do it. I'm super pumped to just get it done one day. I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to probably deal with injury because I'm definitely a bit injury prone, but I'm just going to leave it there. This is a triathlon chat, not Chris runs a marathon chat. Some other things that I just did. I swam the Shark Island swim for the first time ever, which is an organized open water swim for 2.3 kilometers from South Cronulla around Shark Island and back. And there's like 1,000 people doing it. The weather was warm on the day. It was an immaculate event. It was run so well. It was $45, which felt a bit odd because, we're swimming in the open water. But when I saw the amount of staff that were involved and the people, everyone there that was keeping us safe, the TV coverage, the price made sense. The swim is super achievable as well if you have any sort of swimming background. It was definitely a learning experience for me, swimming in a big bunch. Didn't go too hard at the start. I didn't burn out or anything like that. It was quite relaxing swimming with so many other people, which sounds odd now that I say it out loud, but I enjoyed pacing next to someone when I was swimming parallel with someone else. It was nice being in the same swim cadence as them and relying a little bit on their direction as well, because I'm not so great at finding my way in the water. Like I was zigzagging a lot because I'm just not used to sighting and looking where I'm going. The pool just makes it easy. You just follow the tiles. But open water is a whole different ball game. So that was fun. Overall, I swam at a 1 minute 50 something pace. Let's just call it 2 minutes per 100 meters. I thought I could have been quicker. When I saw some people's times, and I know that they're less aerobically fit than me, and I'm like, how did that person beat me by 10 minutes? Like I did it in 45, 46 minutes. And then someone that is just a more experienced swimmer than me, who I know is just say not as fit on the bike or running, they smoked me by 10 minutes. Like, how does someone beat me by 10 minutes if I've got more of an aerobic base than them? It just blows my mind, swimming. And it just goes to show how big a cornerstone technique is. I know I'm probably contradicting myself from previously, but it's so interesting to me. I got zapped a couple times, which was, it felt weird when it happened. I was like, whoa, what just stabbed me in the chest and the shoulder and the leg? But I'm still a bit itchy, but I'm recovering from the jellyfish zaps, just something else that you encounter with open water. A lead up triathlon. So I'm signing up for the Wollongong Triathlon, which is a standard distance. It's not a long course or a half Ironman, full Ironman event. I'm signing up to the Wollongong one because it's not too far from home. It's under an hour. It doesn't start at the crack of dawn. It won't take that long to do, and it will test all my abilities and everything in between. So like, how do I transition with a diabetic pump? How am I going to go with nutrition? And how am I going to feel when I'm swimming, biking, running all in the same day at, my maximal effort? Yeah, so that's going to be fun. It's in a couple months. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that whole learning experience and putting all these disciplines together, seeing how I go. Lastly, I'm thinking about my weight a little bit. So at the moment, I'm sitting about 68.5 kilos, and usually some of my best performances I've ever done on the bike have been around the 65 to 66 kilo mark. And losing weight I find it kind of difficult. I love food, I love eating, and I know that I can easily out-eat any amount of training. And so it's going to be interesting and tough to slowly but gradually lose the weight coming into these events, because I do want to hit that sort of target body weight. And yeah, it's a struggle for me. I think it's a struggle for a lot of people, but yeah, just got to take it day by day and we'll get there. Anyways, I'll leave it there for today. I feel like I've ranted long enough. If you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. I'll try and get back to your comments. Like 5 people comment on my videos, so I think I can get back to you guys pretty reasonably. If you don't, then have a great one, and I'll see you the next time I feel like making a video. Catch ya.